see using problem solving. Okay, after that we'll see what is greedy and DP approach, and how to identify this problem will be solved using greedy approach, or this problem will be solved using DP approach efficiently. So we'll see multiple paradigms also. One or two session is dedicated for greedy and DP. Okay, and very uh, speaker is very expert in that field also. After that, we'll see some applications of problem solving in advanced field. Okay, so whenever you are going to solve, so just click on one question and let us see how to start. Okay, suppose you want to solve this problem, you will click on that. You will see here is the problem statement. Okay, so first of all, our task is to read the problem statement. Problem statement is given. Your task is to read the problem statement. If the problem statement, with the help of problem statement, objective is clear, then that is fine. But at least if you will read the problem statement carefully, you will have some overview of that. To confirm your thought on that problem, you can see input and output. You can just see input and corresponding output, and if you will match input output, you will be clear about what we need to do in this program, in this problem. So that's why in every problem you will find sample input and sample output. At some places you will find some explanation, in some cases you will not have, but at least you will have some description of that. So format is also given here, because in the competitive coding, if you are not aware of input and output format, so after writing correct code, you will not be able to pass all test cases. So it is very important to in that case, it is very important to understand the input format and output format, so that you can code for that. Because if you are writing code, sometimes you need to write complete code, but I recommend in this beginning you can use writing complete code, but after that you need to do practice on completing the functions. Here in competitive coding, we have input output, all are managed by the platform itself. We need to complete, we need to write our logic for particular function. Okay, we need not to write complete code. Okay, so here you can see input format. The first line contains an integer and denoting the size of the array. It means in the first line you will have one number that will denote the size of the array. It means how much element is there in the array. According to that, you have to create an array. And the second line contains an space separated integers. It means in the next line you have to take input of the n elements. First is the n, and second is you have to take input of the n. So with the input format, you are confirmed that you have to run a loop to take input of n elements into the array one by one. Now here your programming skill will work here, but it is basic. If you are studying any programming language, you already study a data type, you need some guest is raising hand. Did Chase Sunita by raising hand? Yes. Any query?
No, sir. Right now, there is no query.
One participant raised hand. Okay. So shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after that, we can see here sample output is 31. It means we have to print one number that will be the sum of these numbers. So here explanation is also written here. You can see the input was 6. So in the next line we have 6 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements. These elements are space separated. And now we have to print in the output format what it is written. We have to print the sum of array elements as single integer. So here data type is also mentioned. Suppose this is in the integer format and we are returning into the float format. So that will not match. So we have to exactly match our input and output. That's why it is important. So in the explanation part, it is written we have to just sum these elements and return the output. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 10 plus 11 is 31. This is a very simple basic program. So if you know the programming, you can definitely write in any language. So here, what you have to do, you have to select the programming language. Here we have C programming language. You can write code in C programming language. You can see some functions are. So you can see here some functions are already written. It means input and output is already handled by platform, because we are not going to give our own input. That is already in the file. Basically, these competitive platforms are doing these all things with the help of files. We can also upload our code. If we have our code, we can upload that code in the file format. So what we need to do, we need to complete this function. But if you are a beginner and you are not having knowledge what input and output is here, what is the arguments are here, you can just delete all this code and write your own code. That is also fine. You can just delete and do your own coding. But I recommend it if you are already familiar with this. In the beginning for 3-4 days you can do this. But after that, what you can do, if you are comfortable in input and output, just complete this. Because sometimes if you are taking input from your own code, in that case you might be missed to cover the format of input or output. So it is better to be involved in input and output instead of wasting your time in input and output. What you can do, you can just complete this function. So this is the simple array sum function. Here you have one parameter as ar underscore count. So this is the basically the size of the array, and here int pointer ar is the pointer to the array. So two things are given to you. One is the size of the array, another one is the array. So whenever we are uh, passing array to the function, we are using call by reference. That's why here pointer is written. You can also write this like this. You can also write, and it will work as it is as you are using array in simple programming language. It some what you need to do in this and what are the parameters given here, you can find the description from array sum function below. So this comment is written in every program. Whenever you are writing the code, you will find out comment is written here. The function is expected to return an integer. It means you have to return one value. That's why the return type of this function is given here. The function accept integer array as parameter. It means here we have integer array. So let me make in the original form, like this was given like this. So this is the array. So you need not to worry about what data and what is there in the array and how it will be printed onto the screen. No, nothing. You need to just write the code to find the sum of these array elements and just return that. Okay. So these are the things here. Constants are also given that you have to think like array elements will be between 0 to 1000. It means we should not have more than 1000 elements. So every element must be from 0 to 1000. And the value of n must be greater than 0. It means you cannot give 0 as the size of array. It means you cannot give 0. That's why it is at least one element you should give. So that's why this is the meaning of the constraint. N must be greater than 0. So value of n must start from 1 onwards. So like this, you can these are the warm-ups that you can use in the hackering. After solving this, you will get ratings. Okay. You can also compete. You can also get certified. Here, multiple certifications are there. You can get certificates free of cost. Certifications are Angular Basic, Angular Intermediate, C Sharp, CSS, Go Basic, Java, JavaScript, Node Basic, Node.js, Problem Solving Intermediate, Problem Solving Basic, Python Basic. Are multiple certifications are here, and these are very valuable certifications. You can get it free of cost. But before I suggest, before participating in these certifications, you should do some practice. You should have solved some 50 to 30 to 50 problems of the hackering, and then you will easily get certification. Very easy. You can also compete here. Multiple contests are running here. You can participate in these contests and get some prize also. Okay. So these are the contests. You can find the constraints of these context in the details. If you click on the details, you will find out how to register and all these things. Okay. So as a faculty, if we are talking about running short of time, I have 10 minutes. So let us finish some things. If we are as a faculty and we want to create contests, we just move to administration part, and here we can manage contest. Here we can just create a contest and add some problems. Yeah, you can just give your own writing the enhancement of logical ability using problem solving like ELAPS, LTA, something short form is written here. Start timing, you should give the start point of the contest and at what time you want to start contest, and after that you need to give the end time. Okay. After that you just select the organization and then organization name and get started. So whenever you will click, just let me select something. Suppose this is 28 and I am going to start this contest at suppose 2 o'clock, and time will be same day after 1 hour. Organization type, suppose we have written others, name will be ABSPC, and then we'll write get started. After that, you have to add challenges. It means you can add your own. It means if you have created custom problems, you can add that problem also. Or if you are using HackerRank standard problems, you just write like previously we have seen some array. So some array was array some array. Suppose array of an elements you want. You can just add. Click on add. So you can see here one problem is added. Like that, you can add multiple problems and multiple programs. After that, just click on to save changes. Then advanced setting, you have to do some modifications here, like leaderboard. What you will do? Just select SEM leaderboard. Here, generally we make penalty as 0, and after that we need not penalize. What we'll do, we will just disable the forum, because at the time of examination, student or participants should not communicate to each other. That's why we should disable this. And now contest is created. You can add some moderators, like other faculty members or others coordinators are there. You can add them as the moderators. What you have to write? You have to write HackerRank ID. Okay. So here we have suppose Ganesh. So now he becomes a moderator. He can see register. So we are not writing anything for the notification. And now this contest is ready. What you have to do? You have to just copy this link and send to the student, or you can just add into your lab manual. It is very simple. Just you have created one contest. You have 10 labs. You can just create 10 labs. If you want to create your own problems, suppose your lab is belonging to different domains, like you are creating the lab of operating system or COA, you can just create your own challenge. Like this here, you can see I have created multiple, because I have converted our first year labs into the HackerRank platform. So I have created multiple programs here. These are customized, created by me, and we can add these problems in the contest. So like this, faculty members can use this platform free of cost for doing all these things. We have some limitations, but that is not required here. So this is all about HackerRank. Any query, any doubt up to now? Anyone?
Participants, is there any query from your side till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, apart from HackerRank, we can also use lead, because lead code is also very important platform, and it is very beautiful platform for learning purpose. You can sign up on lead code, as we have seen. Here you will have multiple programs. We can featured things you can see here. You can have here some categories are paid, some are free. So here DSA is free. You can use DSA. Top interview questions you can find here. Company wise questions you can also find here. Okay, you can learn some concepts of the uh, uh, different topics. Okay, lead code beginner's guide. You can just see here how to use lead code. Okay, so this is basically used, problems of lead code are used for the recruitment process. So we are recommending for students, if you want to get good job, just solve top 100 questions or top 150 questions of the lead code also. And in the training process also, we are including these problems topic wise, so that end of the curriculum you will solve these problems. So depending on the difficulty level of first year, second year, third year, final year. So you can prepare for that. Contests are also there. You can participate in multiple contests of the lead code. Okay. So you can see weekly contest. It is very good. If you you are, you know, good in the problem solving, you can just start participating in these weekly contests. Okay. Weekly and bi-weekly, these are contests. You can participate. So here you can see it starts in 5 days. So in the 5 days, this contest will start. Okay, like this. Multiple contests are here. You can also see the previous contest and their problems. You can solve their problems. Okay. So just like HackerRank, here also you can solve the problem. You can see here you have top 150 interview questions. You can just solve these interview questions, like click on top interview 150 and you will see okay. So you can see these problems like merge sorted array, remove elements, remove duplicate elements, majority element, rotate array, base tank. These are very basic programs. So here we have 150 questions for the top 150 questions for the beginner. Two pointer approach, sliding window, matrix, okay, hash map, intervals, stack, linked list. So we will cover these topics. When we'll come to stack, we'll solve some problems of stack. Here in the linked list also we'll solve in this session, in this workshop, binary tree, all this. So if you complete 150 questions of this, definitely you are ready for the placement. So you can just, if you are not uh, so much experience in these platforms, what you can do, you can just click on these and just start following the sequence. These are already curated sequence. We are changing some sequences according to topic in the our curriculum. So for the faculty members, we can include these questions in the training process, semester by semester, so that end of the day we just complete all these programs according to curriculum, according to pace of the student, according to difficulty level. It will be very helpful for them. So I recommend at least you should do practice on HackerRank and Elite Code. These are two very good platforms for the students. Nowadays, multiple platforms are available like Geeks for Geeks, Coding Ninja, Programmies, and others are there. But you should not move on these are things, because some errors and some problems are there in other sites, because they are not reviewing the contents carefully. So some garbage content also are there. So I recommend you to just solve these problems from these platforms. And for the knowledge purpose, for the study purpose, you can explore GFG, Coding Ninja, and other also. Okay, during session. So thank you all. I think this I am just running short of time. Session 1 is over. Session 2 will start within 10 minutes. So if anyone is having query, just ask any query.
Dear participants, do you have any queries? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chandrahas Mishra, for that enlightening introduction to the world of logical thinking and problem solving and how they find applications in the real world. We are off to a great start for this workshop and we look forward to the continued learning and insights in the sessions to come. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now go for a short break. Before we reconvene for our next engaging session, please enjoy the break and utilize the most of the opportunity to interact with your fellow participants on the WhatsApp group. Thank you, everyone. We'll rejoin back at 11:40 to continue with the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for listening.